Hello, hello, people. Hello. Back for another Bloons stream. It is Sunday, June 15th, 12 o'clock p.m., noon, you might call it. Um, yeah, just gonna be progressing as normal. My new schedule has been going well. Been a week now since I've started that, and honestly feeling pretty good, so I'm gonna stick with it. And we're gonna go ahead and jump into the Odyssey, like we always do. Pretty standard, I would say. It looks like we have access to most of the towers. Go ahead and grab a mortar. I like a mortar monkey. Magic monkey, super monkey ninja, druid. Then a farm, spike factory, village, engineer. Let's go ahead and grab an engineer. Alright. Yeah, it's been a fun week for me. The new stream schedule, I think, has been treating me well. The shorter streams feel pretty good, to be honest with you, so I stick with those. And I'm gonna upload the last of the videos for the week today, and I won't have to upload for a couple days after that, so that's pretty nice. Yeah. Hope everyone's had a good week as well. I've been catching up with the Marvel movies. I'm caught up to Age of Ultron now. I talked about this during Terraria, but I'm caught up to Age of Ultron now. And hopefully I can get to Infinity War at the end of like tomorrow, I would say. I think my brain might be a little oversaturated with movies, though. I might not be able to keep focus during all of the different movies. Because now I have to watch, I think, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Civil War, Ragnarok, and Guardians 2, that's the one. So that's like 5 or 6 movies before Infinity War, and Infinity War and Endgame are like 3 hours each, and they're technically supposed to be one movie, so I would say that's quite a lot to, catch up with. But I'll get through it, no face cam today, if you haven't already noticed. I'm not sick or anything, I just don't really feel like putting on my camera today. I think I took too long with some other stuff before stream. Had to get my coffee, make my bed, and like do my hair a little bit, just make my face look nice, and get the lighting right and all that stuff, but I was also working on some sheet music, and I think I took too long doing that, and I didn't realize it cut into my time as much as it did. I was working on a Animals as Leaders song. Pretty sure I said I was working on them before. I started working on their self-titled album, their first album. And I got through Tempting Time just fine. By the way, I'm talking about like editing the sheet music, not necessarily learning the song, but like just editing the sheet music and making it a bit more readable for myself. I got through Tempting Time just fine, and now I'm on Soraya, and just the first measure alone took me like half an hour to figure out, and I'm not even done yet. Kind of a challenge, because this song, it's written as 15/16 time, which is just 15/16 notes within a measure, which you can think of it as a bar of 4/4 with a 16th note cut off, which is fine, that's totally doable and everything. You can also think of it as either 5 groups of 3, which adds up to 15, or 3 groups of 5, which also adds up to 15. And from what I can tell, it seems like I could put it into 3 groups of 5, which I'm doing, but the problem there comes into the fact that if I want to do that, I have to change the pulse of the tempo for a couple of reasons that I won't dive super heavily into. But basically, if you take the original tempo in 15/16, 5 16th notes in that tempo is not easily translatable to another tempo because there's no easy way to write a group of 5 16th notes that fit into a single pulse. So I had to do some math and figure out how I could translate 5 16th notes in one pulse, which were not fitting into a single beat, and then translate that into another tempo where 5 16th notes do fit into one beat. So again, that took me like about half an hour to figure out, but I got that figured out, and it seems like it's fine. But now the notation software that I'm using, which is Guitar Pro, seems to not want to work well with me, which is, I guess, kind of another issue that I have to deal with. But the music itself, I'm able to work out just fine, like I said. It's just now that the software is kind of working against me, which is annoying. And like I said, that's just the first measure. And if anyone knows about Animals as Leaders, you know how crazy their music gets with like time changes and metric modulation, polyrhythms, and all that fun stuff. So, got a lot of work ahead of me. I should have gotten through that. I don't know why I didn't upgrade my sniper there. But yeah, it's been my morning. I'm gonna keep working on that after stream. Try to get some progress done. If you're thinking about what I just said about the music, you're probably like me, and you realize it's kind of weird that there's not a way to easily represent groups of 5 within a pulse. Because we have groups of 4. You can easily group in 4 16th notes into a single pulse, and that's 4/4 time, or 2/4 time, or any other kind of duple time, you know, 8/8, 2/2, 2/4, 4/2, you know, that kind of thing. And then you have groups of 3, which you can easily represent as like 6/8, 12/8, 15/8, maybe. If you want a group of 5, or a measure of 5. Sorry, a measure of 5 that's grouped into 3s. 3/8, that kind of thing. And then you have 16, which you can use as a kind of an odd representation of notes, so like 5/16, 7/16, 9/16, so on and so forth, which is also fine. That works perfectly fine, but once you start to take those odd groupings and you're like, oh, I want to have a measure of notes that's longer than just this one group of odd notes, right? So you say, oh, maybe I want a measure that has 2 pulses, but each pulse is broken into 5. And the only way to represent that would be to have a group of like 10, 16. Not easy to read compared to like 12, 8, like that. Or 9, 8, you know? So it's kind of weird that they don't have some kind of way in standard notation to write out groups of 5 like that in multiple pulses. I didn't realize it until I started working on sheet music like this in this way that I am. Now I kind of can't stop thinking about it. I think if you want to get like super technical, you could write a time signature that's over 5 or over 10, and that might work. Like if you have a group of, or a measure of 10, 5. No, sorry. If you have a measure of like 4, 5, then you would have 4 pulses. And each pulse would be a group of 5 quintuplets, right? But pretty much no notation software is going to let you do that. This is going to be the default 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 8, 9, 8 sort of thing. They don't really let you go outside of the box in that way, at least in the notation softwares I'm familiar with. Maybe something like Ableton or Pro Tools might be able to do something like that, but stuff I use does not. I'm kind of stuck having to find out new ways to translate those measures into standard notation, which is a bit tricky, but getting through it. I know I said I wouldn't dive super heavily into that kind of theory. I guess I kind of lied. Yeah. There we go. We can probably just do that same build for the rest of the maps here. We'll just continue as normal. We're gonna continue black bordering tree stump today. We're ready to get through metals that we didn't last week. Should have enough time to just get through all of them if we don't fail any of them. I think we have magic monkeys, half cash, double HP, impoppable, and chimps to do, so probably would be cutting it close in terms of time. But I think, again, if we don't fail any of the maps, we do have enough time to get through them. We'll try that. We also did unlock a new hero yesterday. I accrued enough money after a few challenges throughout the week. Challenges and I think an achievement as well. And we were able to buy Admiral Brickle. I'm pretty excited about because I've never used her. The only time I've used her in a game, quote unquote, a game, would be her quest that is in her hero menu. I've just never used her in a real game, so pretty excited about that. Obviously, Tree Stump is not the best map for Brickle because there's no water there. But we can just buy a few pawns We don't have any on us, unfortunately, but we can buy a few. And the money from those different games would be able to allow us to afford those. Trying to think about what kind of towers Brickle buffs. I don't really know if it's like every military monkey or if it's just water monkeys, which would include the mer monkey in that case. Maybe even the beast handler. We don't have the beast handler here, but the beast handler, if we get the shark path on that guy. Yeah, I don't know. Wondering also if there's really any applications for her outside of water maps, because even if we use a pond on something like Tree Stump, if she does only buff water monkeys, then she might not even really be the best hero to use in most cases. Obviously, I know the game is not meant to be played with a single hero. We're supposed to like switch them out depending on the maps and all that stuff, but you know, I'm still thinking about it. If we're on a map with no water, it might be worth it to just not buy her in some cases. Or, you know, obviously switch out to another hero, but alright. There is map number 2 done. And yeah, we'll just do the same thing, map 3. Probably needed to get up to round 50 instead of round 40. Oh, no. Round 40, okay.
Let's make
Alright. Just finished the last of my breakfast snack. I had a coffee and a big old Mexican cookie from the market. I don't know if it's technically pan dulce. Pan dulce. I don't know how to pronounce that correctly. Some kind of treat like that. Oh, if anyone's curious, I did not end up going to any of the protests. I think those happened just yesterday. I don't know if it was a one-day thing or if it's like all week type of thing, or if it's been ongoing for a while. I know protests in general have been, going on for the past couple months, but that No Kings protest specifically, I know was yesterday, June 14th. I just don't know if it's, again, one day thing or all week type of thing or what, but I did not end up going, if anyone is curious. I don't think there were any near me, to be honest. The nearest one might have been Riverside, if there was any in Riverside. There probably was, if I had to guess, but I do not have any gas money. Oh, I just didn't, didn't go. Stayed inside and watched a movie with my family. I did a stream before that. Not a super political person, if anyone hasn't blocked that already. It's not that I try to like keep this channel clean of politics or anything like that. I'm not like purposefully avoiding political events or like topics. It's just I'm not involved in anything really, and I'm not really an activist like that. I'll like read the news and go out and vote and donate sometimes if I feel like I should donate or something like that. And in college, I would sometimes talk about politics with my friends and my roommates and stuff like that. And there were a few events at my college which my friends attended, which I wish I would have, but I was just busy at the time. But yeah, I'm just not really an overly political person. I don't really have strong opinions about most things, to be honest, so. I just tend to not get into it if I can avoid it. It's not just for the channel, it's just, how I live my life. Okay. There's our Odyssey done. trophies do we have? I know we were saving up for that banana farmer pet or skin. Power skins. Yeah, the banana farmer. Okay, well, we're almost there. So we just got one more Odyssey to do for that. Then somebody mentioned monkey names as well, so I can add my own custom names to my monkeys. Which is another 50. Okay, so we're gonna have to wait a while to get that. We did get this achievement though, which is pretty awesome. We've been doing the Odysseys now for, that's 3 months worth. 12 different Odysseys is about 3 months. So that's pretty nice. Not sure if there's any other achievements for that. Probably is, if I had to guess, but I don't know. Oh yeah, complete 100 Odysseys. Okay. That's gonna take a long time. Any other ones? I don't see any more, but there's a lot of achievements down here, so never know. Let's see. Actually, not that many down here. I thought there would be a bit more. A lot of boss-related stuff, some race stuff. Insta-monkey type stuff. Hard Odyssey. Okay, we're gonna have to do that sometime. Complete all 3 difficulties of a single Odyssey. Okay, we're gonna have to take a stream to do that sometime too. We'll get both of these at the same time then. Have one of each tier 5 sniper in a game of chimps. So we could do that. We might be able to do that today. I just kind of saw that out at the corner of my eye. We might be able to do that today. Okay. More race stuff. Hero skins. Okay. I think that's it. So we just have complete all the different difficulties of a single Odyssey, then complete 100 Odysseys. Which obviously would take us about 2 years if we do 1 Odyssey a week. So I might want to do some of these off stream if we can. Looks like it resets every 3 days or so, 3-4 days. I can keep an eye on that and maybe do that off stream. We can get that progress done. Otherwise, let's go ahead and move on. We do have Brickle, as you can see here. He apparently costs 900 in a standard medium game, so it's fairly reasonable, I guess. This is Admirable Brickle. She's tough but fair. Still, it's better not to get on her bad side. Admiral Brickle deploys balloon-seeking sea mines in the water around her and wields a pistol to pick off balloons within her range. Okay. So she has a double attack, huh? Kind of. Her level 3 ability, Naval Tactics, greatly increases the attack speed of Brickle and water-based monkeys. Okay, so it is water-based. The coming balloons will make it past your defense unless you activate Naval Tactics. Alright. Lots of heroes are strong alone, but Brickle is most powerful when she has a fleet to command. Upgrade the Monkey Subs and Buccaneer to improve your defense. At level 5, the Naval Tactics ability allows affected monkeys to pop all balloon types except camo, making Brickle's fleet a more effective fighting force. Okay.
Excellent work. Battle stations.
Her level 7 ability, Blast Chain, makes her deploy sea mines more often. She can also see camo at this level. Okay. Level 8, Naval Tactics allows affected monkeys to see camo. Okay, great. Water-based monkeys in Brickle's range also get more pierce, so their attacks will hit more balloons. Alright. Her level 10 ability allows her to deploy a Mega Mine. It will last a few rounds and triggers when a MOB-class balloon comes into range. Place the Mega Mine near the start of the track. There's a BFB coming this round that your monkeys won't be able to handle without it. Sometimes it will be better to place the Mega Mine away from the start as long as your towers are ready to clean up. Make sure you upgrade your towers. Sure thing.
Fire when ready.
Oh, we can place this anywhere. I didn't realize.
Target
Okay.
battle stations.
Now that you know how to use Brickle to empower a fleet, see what you can do for the rest of the balloons that are coming. Alright, alright.
Target sighted. Target battle stations. At the helm.
I feel like it's a little tricky to time her abilities well. I feel like I kind of have to spam them, or else a bunch of stuff is going to get through. But she doesn't seem
Not yet begun to fight.
doesn't seem that bad of a hero, I would say. I think I just have to learn how to use her well.
Battle stations. Orders. Mega mine deployed. Target destroyed.
Alright, well, everything seems like it's fine for now. Leads are obviously a problem, maybe. The Buccaneers can pop lead, so they're not, like, really a problem, but camo is a problem. But I do know, you know, from what Patch said, Brickle herself can pop camo, and the monkey subs should be able to pop camo because of that, because they have advanced intel. So they should be able to take care of those. And just about anything else can be popped by all of these guys, so...
I have not yet begun to fight.
Yeah, she seems fine. I don't know if she, like, directly buffs all of the water monkeys. Like how, Oben or Gwen will buff certain monkeys just passively. But I guess we'll get a good show of her abilities in this next game. Oh, we got a couple lakes for free. How nice. Thank you for that. And now we are saving up for the last few heroes here. We have Sai, Geraldo, and Corvus. We'll be saving up for them next.